This week's stories are brought to you by the subreddit Girl Dinner, and this one is titled Rejected Because I'm Too Beautiful. Hello, and welcome back to this week's episode of the Little Big Sister podcast, where I get on the internet and we read Reddit stories, I give life advice, and I give advice that I wish I knew when I was little, based on, other people's mistakes on Reddit. And this week's episode is brought to you by the subreddit Girl Dinner. If you like these stories, please make sure to subscribe, give the video a like, hype it. If you have some extra hype points, comment down below what you guys think of these stories, and let's get into it. Okay, so first let's look at this meal that we're looking at here. Okay, it looks like it is giving like some form of like French baguette toast with like pesto sauce, grilled tomatoes, and like a hard fried egg. This personally isn't a meal that I would eat. I don't like pesto. Okay, that's just my controversial opinion. I don't like pesto. I think it tastes horrible. I also hate these cherry tomatoes. Not to rag on this girl's dinner, because she's probably gonna trauma dump us a little bit. But I hate grape tomatoes that look like that. And it's not even just because like they taste bad. It's because it's a sensory nightmare. Like the pop in your mouth is just like, ugh, I don't want to do it. There is a small dog literally right here who would like to be on camera. I'm gonna let him say hi. You knocked over my phone. Say hi, Hamilton. We're a Hamilton appearance, okay? He's sweet. He's a crusty old man. He's 10 years old. Okay, Ham. You gotta go home. Go home. Go bed. Good boy. Okay, so there's more to this title. I was talking to a guy I met while he was visiting my city, but he lives on the opposite coast. After a couple of weeks of talking, we spontaneously decided that I will go visit him. I was free that weekend and he offered to pay for my flight. Pull my arm, I'll take a random trip, LOL. After I come home from the trip, we were talking about his visit for my birthday, as he suggested in the beginning, but he pulled out because he wasn't ready to meet my friends and it felt fast, which all in all, I understand, but wanted to call about his intentions behind seeing me. So we call and he basically says he doesn't think I'm the right person for him. And my defensive side argues that he doesn't know me well enough over the month we've been talking, and asked him how he came to this conclusion. Then came his reasons. One being that despite that I was beautiful, he preferred a more cute and chubby-cheeked girl. Along with, he wants someone more clingy. He thought I was very busy and an independent girl, and wants more of a passionate, fiery relationship. He said it's peaceful with me, as I am more of a slow burn person. The banger of a quote he told me was, "You're like a painting I'd admire at a museum, not a painting I'd want to bring home." All in all, I'm frustrated that he doesn't like me for all the reasons I'm actually quite proud of myself to be. I called it off, as it seems he can't handle someone like me. But also, a small part of me wonders if I liked him so much, if I should keep trying, fully knowing that it would just be me proving myself. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's just take this like step by step. I'm absolutely loving my clean girl bun. I've been having so much fun with like my actual natural hair that like grows out of my scalp. And so prepare to see like more buns and eventually my hair straightened and down. It's gonna be so cute. But first and foremost, so you took the trip, okay? I wanna know, like, how long was this trip? How long were you in that man's city? Like, how did that trip go? I feel like we need more details on the trip. Like, did you stay with him? Did you stay at his place? Did you, like, have to get a hotel? Like, I feel like there's some questions about the first trip and then within, like, the first paragraph that were kind of, like, moving past a little bit too fast. But then, to my understanding, you came home from the trip. And then he pulled out of your birthday trip for him to come to you, and then gave you a bunch of like kind of bullshit reasons. So here's what I think happened, okay? I think you went on the trip and he may not like just like be attracted to you, or he may like your personality is different than what like he thought. And I'm not saying any of that to like blame you. I think in his little like pea brain, like boy brain essentially, he is just like not at the place for a like emotionally mature relationship with you. And I say that from like experience, where like when I was dating, it was very, very clear that like there were a subset of men, and I think women of color can like relate to this a little bit more, that there's like a stereotype placed around like women of color depending on your race, whether you're like Hispanic, whether you're Black, whether you're Asian. Like there's a stereotype that people assume that you are going to be like. And so like when I was like dating online, I was using the dating apps. I will not use a dating app ever again. No more dating apps for me. Absolutely not. But when I was on the dating apps, I found that there were a subset of men that expected me to act a specific way to whatever stereotype that they may have for a Black woman. And so when I showed up and I spoke the way that I spoke, and they got to know me more and realize that like first generation college student, like I had these like level of accolades, or that I made a certain amount of money, they pulled back because they assumed, based off of whatever stereotype, what they see for Black women in the media, unfortunately, that when they saw me and they met me and they were like, oh, like this is going to be too peaceful. And so I've gotten literally the same exact reasoning for like a man not wanting to date me, is that like, oh, it's too peaceful. Like you don't, like I've literally had a man look me in my face and be like, you don't like argue when things happen. You don't like there is no like back and forth. Like I need to feel like you want me more. And I was like, I don't know what, like I do know what you want from me, but unfortunately that's just not my personality. And so it's not going to work. Like I literally had a guy who we were gonna go on a date, right? And this was like the last time I used a dating app. We were gonna go on a date and we were talking for about a week because I had plans. Oh, I know what it was. I went to Coachella. I was going to Coachella. And so if you've gone to Coachella, if you've gone to any form of music festival, you know that you need like a week to recuperate after that, especially if you're gonna go back to like work in any way, shape, or form. And I went back to work after Coachella. After Justin Bieber, I was like, everything, hallelujah. I was in the crowd. I needed to see my husband, and nobody was gonna stop me from seeing Justin fucking Bieber. But that's besides the point. But when I got back, and this guy that I was supposed to go on a date with, when I got back, was like, I don't feel like you actually want to see me as much as I want to see you. And I'm like, sir, I don't know you. I don't know you. You are a random man on the internet. No, I'm not fucking excited to see you. Okay? I need to actually see you in person, suss out your vibe, before I can even tell you whether or not I even want to talk to you again. Let alone be super fucking excited. Like, who's gonna be the girls, okay? Why aren't you? You should be excited to see me, okay? And that's just it. Point blank fucking period. And so, in this situation, girly, you don't need to fight for this. You are literally a flight away on the other side of the country. He's giving you a bunch of bullshit fucking reasons. Please don't take this to heart. Take it honestly how you took it, which is, damn, I'm just too fucking pretty, and move on. Because there are definitely like a subset of people, and I'm not just saying just men. There are men and women that have just become so normalized to like difficult and hard and like emotionally abusive like actions and tendencies in relationships. Like we've normalized it so much to the point of where like when somebody isn't like toxic and like, who the fuck are you talking to, XYZ, blah blah blah, like crazy towards them, they're like, oh, this isn't what I'm used to. This is not familiar to me. There's a sense of like anxiety that comes around with people who are addicted and that are used to disruption and not having like peace in their lives. And I'm not going to be that person for you. And so when I meet somebody, and I urge you guys also, when you meet somebody who is addicted to just like toxic behaviors to exit stage left, babes. Okay, get the fuck out of there as soon as possible, because protect your peace. Protect your peace. You don't need that toxic behavior. You don't need to like fight for the relationship. In fact, especially in the beginning, under fucking 3 years, you should not be fighting for the fucking relationship. What are we doing? Like, love can be easy. Love should not wreck your nervous system. You should enjoy being with that person and feel so loved and feel so free and feel so accepted to like make mistakes and to ask questions. And if you don't have that, especially at the beginning of a relationship, it is not the relationship for you. Okay? Peace over everything. Because if you're going to spend the rest of your life with that person, trust me, you want to spend the rest of your life with that person in peace and in happiness, not in turmoil and arguments and toxic actions and habits. Okay? And so honestly, girl, let the relationship go and move on. Okay, and now we are moving on to our next story. Our next story, provided by Girl Dinner Diaries, is titled Ex-Husband Wrote Me a 15-Page Letter. And when we look, we see some form of like puppy chow popcorn situation, and some chopsticks. And honestly, if you tell me what flavor it is, I might be able to get behind this. And the person has like chopsticks, which is really smart, because like you can very easily eat like chips, like Cheetos, like hot Cheetos or Takis, or like popcorn with chopsticks. And so like your fingers don't get all like red or buttery or covered in like stuff, you know? It's a great fucking like little Asian hack. The story reads, having a moment of rage here. 4 years ago, my now ex-husband of 10 years started acting different than normal. I unfortunately have enough experience with cheating men that I immediately knew that this is what was happening. I'm so sorry, OP. I confronted him on his behavior changes, and he swore up and down that he wasn't cheating. But his reasoning for his behavior was even worse. He told me that he was having second thoughts about our marriage and wasn't sure if he wanted to be married to me anymore because he was tired of the responsibility of having kids. That sent shivers down my spine and my body. We're going to continue reading before I give my thoughts. And no longer wanted to be a father. We have 3 children at the time, and they all just had their birthdays and were 1, 3, and 5. I had just started weaning my baby, and so I was still breastfeeding. I was disgusted by his comments and how anyone could just decide they didn't want their kids anymore. I couldn't accept that this was truly the reason and kept pressing it. Eventually, I uncovered that he had been having an affair for almost 2 months. I told him to leave and immediately hired an attorney to file for divorce. During this process, I found out that the person he was having an affair with was the girl he hired at our family business to help out while I was away from the business and at home taking care of our 3 kids. I had never met or seen her, but I was paying her salary. I unfortunately pulled some footage from the security cameras inside our business and found video of them having sex. I saw a lot of things, including texts that I wish I could unsee and unfortunately but are unfortunately burned in my brain forever. He proceeded to tell me that me and the kids were ruining his life and getting in the way of his relationship. He became cold and awful. He told me he didn't want the kids and gave me sole custody. She broke up with him 1 week later and he fired her. It was messy. Oh, that's what you fucking deserve. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. I have struggled as a single mom for these past 4 years. The rug was pulled out from under me. I lost my job and retirement plan. The business that I had put my life savings to, the settlement was abysmal. I lost my family, security, and sanity. I have had to deal with kids who have now developed abandonment issues and don't understand why their dad, who seemed great and like he loved them, suddenly disappeared and wouldn't see them anymore. My oldest, who was 5 at the time, really had a hard time. It was truly awful. It was a truly awful thing to watch my happy little girl turn into an anxiety-riddled kid who was sad all the time. I will still never forgive him for doing that to her. In the past year, he has started seeing our kids more often, coming to extracurricular activities, picking them up, and taking them to school twice a week, and even taking them to stay with him at his parents' house, where he now lives every other weekend, even though our agreement is that they are 100% with me all of the time. I don't think that it's fair for my kids. He agreed to have them some weekends. Oh, so like he got in the kids' ears and were like, oh, I'll have you some weekends if like mom allows me. And of course the kids miss their dad, so they're gonna be like, Mom, can I please go? Fuck that man. The other day, he randomly handed me a thick envelope inside and had a handwritten letter 15-page long. He apologized for what he did. This was the first time he apologized to me when he was caught. He actually told me that he didn't feel bad for what he did to me or the kids, and he would never apologize for it. And told me that the only reason he cheated was that I was always busy taking care of the kids because he did not help me at all. And this girl, the girl that he cheated on me with, that he hired, reminded me of me when we first started dating, and that it started as him pretending that she was me. He said if I had more time to pay attention to him instead of our kids, like the one that was a literal baby, what the fuck, then he wouldn't have done it. So in his mind, this is some kind of apology letter, and in reality, he's blaming me, being a parent, when he refused to pull his weight or be involved in his family. I don't even know what to think. I'm infuriated all over again. This man literally has zero idea what it entails to raise kids or like to be a good person. The only thing in the letter that I actually agree with is that he said he believes he's a psychopath. Yes, buddy. I think so too. We all think that you're a fucking psychopath. This is giving me heated. I'm being successfully rage baited by this fucking story. Yeah, buddy. I think so too. Anyways, now he's around more often, so the kids always talk about him and how much they love him and I want to rip my hair out and scream. Dinner is Muddy Buddy Puppy Chow popcorn, liquid death because I feel sick to my stomach and I can't eat anything else right now. Oh, this pissed me off so fucking bad. I'm glad that I was right about the puppy chow popcorn situation. And she has girl dinner. I am absolutely livid for OP's sake, because this is what I mean by be careful who you marry. Okay, these are the type of stories where I'm like, God, I don't want kids. Okay, I want kids, but I want kids with a phenomenal man. Okay, or a phenomenal woman. It matters so much more who you marry and who you choose to procreate with than it does fulfilling the prophecy of having kids because I am a woman. Because not having kids ever in my life sounds better than what OP is currently going through. Oh my goodness gracious. That's why it's okay, I'm gonna go on a fucking tangent here. That's why it's when I am watching my homegirls date, or if I'm dating and we're going through this conversation of who you're dating, right? It's look at the things that make somebody a good parent. Can this man cook for himself? Can he clean for himself? If I go away on a trip, is my husband going to be able to keep him and our kids alive without me having to prepare anything? There's that trend on TikTok of men being my wife's going away for a girl's trip for 4 days and here's a list of everything she prepared for me, and the paper's empty, and they're because I'm an actual fucking dad and I'm a father to my kids, and I know my kids, I know what my kids are allergic to, and I know what my kids like to eat, and I know my kids' schedule because he's an actual parent. That's what I mean. Oh my goodness, that is what I mean. That's what I want. I do not want to have kids with a man who is like this man in this story. Because what do you mean What do you mean it's my fault? On top of the fact that we all agree, this man is a fucking psychopath, a crazy fucking psychopath who has never been adult in his fucking life. Oh my gosh, I'm so livid by this story, because what do you mean if I had more time to take care of you, to show you attention, because you're quite literally a grown man child, that you would not have cheated on me because I'm taking care of our kids, our literal offspring. I'm being a mother and you are not being a father. Oh my goodness. I am enraged for OP, and I didn't even have to live through this. I don't even have to see this man, and it pisses me off for you. Okay? And the thing about it is that, like, that oldest, right, remembers her dad, and like, or they're gonna form their own memories. And when they're old enough, right, and they're in their 20s, they're in their 30s, and you can have these conversations about what really happened, OP, I beg of you to be honest with your kids, because they fucking deserve to know that this is what happened and this is the truth, right? But OP, you're better than me. Okay, as soon as that man said you have full custody of our kids, I already have everything. I've already lost everything, right? I don't have my business anymore. I have to find a new job. I have to take care of 3 kids. Like, I would move so fucking far away from that man that he wouldn't even have the option to be in his kid's life, okay? I don't want you near me. I don't want you near our fucking kids after the way that you treated me. You are mentally fucking ill. And if I just so happen to have to get the, like, hey, she doesn't want me around my kids, she's holding my kids for me, damn fucking right I am. Because you are a horrible fucking person. And that's the thing where it's like, people who cheat on their spouses are some of the biggest scum on the earth. And I stay so fucking far away from people who will openly cheat on their spouses, because if you will cheat on the person that you genuinely are supposed to be the most truthful, honest, and that you genuinely owe honesty to, it doesn't, as a friend, what you will do to me is unfucking thinkable. I don't want any fucking parts of it. As a friend, I don't want to be around anyone who cheats. I don't want to be with a cheater. Lord, I can't even imagine the anger that OP feels in this moment. But honestly, OP, fuck that man, dog. Move on with your fucking life. And when your kids get old enough, if it's peaceful for you right now to just let him see the kids, XYZ, but you don't need to have any form of a relationship with that man. No relationship with that man. Move on. Keep your peace. Find a new partner and just live your life without that man, because he's made his choices. He isn't going to change because he genuinely doesn't see the issue with what he's saying. And for him, the fact that he thought that 15-page letter was just going to solve anything just gives very much so it's an apology, so then my conscience feels clear. I'm giving you this half-ass apology so I feel better about myself. And honestly, burn that shit and move the fuck on. Burn that shit, send him a photo of you burn it, since you want to be mean, you want to be petty, you want to be crazy. I'm gonna show you crazy, bitch. Okay, I'm gonna show you psychopath. I don't want to hear it. You can keep your bullshit ass one-sided apology to your fucking self. Sorry. And that brings us to the end of this week's episode. Oh my goodness, Girl Dinner Diaries was insane. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I found these stories when I was getting coffee at a coffee shop, like literally the other day when I was like waiting in line, and I usually skim maybe like 1 paragraph, 2 paragraphs of the story before I like read it here on the podcast, just so then you guys get my actual genuine reaction to it. And I just knew that one was gonna be phenomenal and I needed to save it to last. But if you like these Reddit stories and you guys want to see more, please make sure to give the video a big thumbs up. Comment down below what you think. If you have an experience kind of like our last OP with a crappy man and a crappy husband, please give me the stories down below. I reply to my comments, okay? I will see you guys, honestly, next episode, babes. Next week's episode or this week's episode, I don't know. I'm throwing out an idea of a content schedule, to be completely honest. It's gonna be boy dinners. And boy dinners. Let's see where we go. It's either going to be a bunch of narcissistic men or like great stories. But next week's stories or next episode's going to be boy dinners. I'm throwing out the content schedule because honestly, I just want to make the content and post it and give you guys something to watch and to enjoy. And so I don't want to pigeonhole myself to like an every Monday schedule anymore. So we're gonna shoot for Mondays to be an upload day, but maybe there may be 2-3 episodes one week, 1 episode 1 week, but you know, we're just gonna film content, we're gonna get it out there. I really just want to build this channel up and, you know, provide some entertainment. But I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye.